What is going on, guys? Back at you again with another video of Jägerhunter Legend. This time it's going to be with my alliance. Some very good people here. We got some top dogs, Mixungo, we have Karo and Nanakara. These guys are definitely top dogs in this alliance, which we'll be talking about throughout this particular video. But first and foremost, I appreciate all the support for my past video, a lot of positive feedback. I obviously did wanted to talk a little bit about that and say thank you for respecting my decision and so forth. So when it really comes down to it, we are playing Purgatory, which is, kind of like a endless battle mode. Not really necessarily endless, but you fight a lot of behemoths in this particular mode. It's a very unique mode. You can play with your friends or alliance or randoms or whatever the case may be. And in this particular mode, we just completely dominated. I mean, we obviously were stacked. We were strong enough to be able to kill these behemoths and whatnot in a very, very short amount of time. The alliance that I'm in, Lost in Yeagers, is a very, very good alliance, and I think that you guys will obviously love to be a part of it. They're very helpful, they're very informative, they stay up to date with stuff, and the Discord is actually looking for more members and stuff, in which we will put in the description. But it's obvious here that, as you can see, we literally just killed that behemoth very quickly. I mean, obviously I would have changed over to my longsword, but I decided to use the rifle instead. And my team members are using the rifles as well. They seem to be up key, for using the rifle instead of myself, because obviously it's taken me a bit of time to be able to understand it, and the importance of actually playing the Purgatory, or at least to farm it, is to be able to get these particular insignia and components, so that way you can be able to make your character stronger. Obviously there's a lot of other ways that you can be able to implement your character's strengths, positives and the negatives and whatnot, but it's very, very important that you do play this mode with Alliance. And I think that, as I stated before, playing with our alliance, which is a great alliance, I mean, we are kind of a growing alliance, so to speak, and I think that by accepting you guys, whether you're new players or experienced players or ongoing players or whatever the case may be, I'm pretty sure that they will be accepted amongst all of you guys that actually want to partake in this matter. So basically right now we're just slaughtering them. I mean, we obviously went through all of them in a very quick fashion. It's kind of like Mixungo and the other two individuals, Karo and Nanakara, they just were storming through things. And it's kind of funny because they were able to take down all of these behemoths without my help. I mean, obviously, as you can see, I went down, but I got too close. I wasn't informed to stay a bit close, or whatever the case is, because fighting that behemoth obviously was a bit different from the rest of the behemoths that I've actually fought throughout the story, expedition, and everything else of that nature, which will be displayed in another video. The importance of the alliance, obviously there are no rules. I mean, I don't think that there really is any specific rules that they wouldn't state, but the whole purpose of even joining this particular alliance is because we got some good people in here. They're very, very informative, as I stated before, and very helpful. I mean, if you have any questions or whatever, they can pretty much answer as long as they're active in the server. But it would be very, very good to have more members within that, Yeager community, because, the more the merrier. But we're playing the Purgatory. We obviously searched for another one because I figured since we finished off the first course of it in a short period of time, I figured that we would play another one. And yeah, it was kind of shorter than the previous match, which is kind of funny, because we weren't really expecting to go by these particular behemoths that fast and stuff. But with the Purgatory, there's only a certain amount of times that you can actually play it. You would obviously have to wait, unless you're one of those people that actually save it. You don't really have enough time to play, or whatever the case is. But that's about it. I mean, other than that, we pretty much steamrolled it. Well, they steamrolled it. I was just there to kind of view things and give them the spotlight. That was kind of the purpose of the video. So in terms of future videos of that nature, I'm actually going to be doing a particular series very soon, to where I actually take other people's gameplay and display it on this particular channel. which you're more than welcome to. All you have to do is really just join the Discord, Lost in Yeagers, and we can talk more about it. But I just want to be able to display the potential that other individuals have and whatnot, you know, collaboration, etc. It's to basically show other people's builds and how they do it. I mean, I know a lot of people run by their own builds. I know a lot of people actually, you know, like to get a good eye opener on how people make their builds with hammer or sword or whatever the case may be, whatever class that you're actually playing. You know, it's a good thing for you to take advice or at least understand what components you really need to make your build special and different from the rest, and that's actually really important. Strays into that is, you know, Yeager is one of those games that is similar to Monster Hunter. You know, the more that you fight these behemoths, the more that you progress throughout the story, even though that it's kind of been halted. They're doing the best that they can to release as much content, or at least extending the story, because obviously we're still in beta. So because we're still in beta, we have to expect these things to occur until the full release and whatever have you. But when it comes down to it, you know, it's similar to Monster Hunter in various ways. You play against these behemoths, you grind for specific resources, and there are a lot of different raids in Yeager for you to be able to grow. And I think that by joining our alliance, you can get a good idea of those things, and even taking or submitting the gameplay to me so I could be able to showcase it to the audience would be a great idea, because we want to be able to make sure that everybody gets a good caption of what other people's builds look like, and maybe they can make similar ones. I mean, I know there's some people that are kind of against it because they don't want to showcase, you know, their builds to other people because they kind of want to make it special, and I can kind of understand that. But it really is just to bring the commute together, and that's kind of like the whole purpose for me even doing the Yeager content to begin with. But as you can see right now, obviously we are kind of just going through these particular behemoths. I mean, we're pulling out our rifles, we're submitting damage. Obviously, the most important thing that you have to realize is that when you're fighting behemoths, or before you go into anything, not even just Purgatory, Expedition, or anything up to that nature, you have to be able to assign those weaknesses within the school. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get wrecked. Simple as that. You know, it also applies with the overall MyRGS rating, and to be able to apply that as well too, because the stronger you are, the better, but the weaknesses also apply as well too. And that's what's very important. You should never really go into anything without looking at the weaknesses, because that's very important. You know, most of the time, you know, you don't really have to do that because you're too strong, and you don't really have to apply it towards the weakness. But that, the memory insignia, and just upgrading your gear and farming for those particular resources is actually good. So that's one thing that you guys should have to take in mind, or several things that you have to keep in mind. But if you're wondering why the quality looks like that as well too, which is something I was going to mention in the beginning of the video, I wanted to say that I'm playing on LD player. So because I'm playing on LD player, the problem is that the frame rate looks great on my end, but it becomes glitching during the recording. So hopefully when the game fully releases, we could be able to resolve that problem, as well as with the aiming and everything else of that nature. So that's it for this particular video. I hope you guys actually enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you guys are interested in joining our alliance. Again, I will put it in the description. Shout out to Natakara, Carol, and Mixungo for the runs. Obviously, we're going to be uploading a lot more Yeager content. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Click that bell icon, keep all notifications live, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.